All right, back with another one. Season 6, Better Call Saul, Episode 7. We're plan and execution. That's right. We're at the midpoint of the season, folks. When they come back in July, it's gonna be it. That's gonna be it for Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad universe, as far as we know. So this episode, Jimmy and Kim deal with a last-minute snag in their plan. Lalo is forced to make an unexpected move. You got that right. You got that right. So the episode begins where we get to really see once again Lalo Salamanca with his psychopath ways. He is a complete psychopath. He's camping out in the sewer, in the nasty rat feces infested sewer, just so he can watch Gus's laundromat where he got the biggest meth lab known to man. Just so he can prove Gus wrong, boy. Stinking, taking a shower once a day. Then he lay back in the car and turn the little timer on for 30 seconds. Then he pop up at the 29th second. His eyes pop up and he get up and go back to the sewer. Psychopath. If that ain't a psychopath, I don't know what is. But forget all that. Let's get to the brass tacks. We ain't gonna play around, folks. We gonna get right to it. 1 minute in, we gonna get right to the what's really going on with this episode. Howard Hamlin. Howard Hamlin. Now, what's that? I can smell it in the air. You know what I smell? I smell all you folks. Poor Howard. Oh, I feel sorry for Howard. Get out of here with that. Get out of here with that crap. Howard Hamlin killed himself. That's right, I said it. Howard Hamlin got himself killed. That bum. That cocky bum. Howard Hamlin's cockiness is what sealed his fate and his death. They constantly made a fool. Kim, you got to give it to Kim and Saul. They constantly made a fool out of Howard's cockiness. That's what he killed him. He messed himself up with all that cock. First of all, in the meeting, they didn't even do nothing. All they did was made a fake tape, and Howard, before the judge could even introduce himself at the meeting, Howard just jumps up for no reason and start accusing the judge, because that's how Howard is. He's so arrogant and cocky. He gotta jump right up and set everybody straight and snob his nose up and look down at the judge for being immoral. You see? And made a plumb fool of himself in that meeting. Okay? He made a plumb fool of himself, and you gotta give it to Kim and Saul. They knew that his cockiness, they used his cockiness against him. They used Howard's cockiness against him. So he got beat at the meeting, right? So after he get beat at the meeting, what does Howard do? Howard has to go over to Kim and Saul's apartment and give them some type of moral speech on his soapbox. He snarkily, sarcastically congratulates them in the Howard Hamlin way. And he goes there and stands on his soapbox and talks down on how low life, how they're such low lives, and they're this and they're that, and they're immoral people and all this and that. You know, which Howard has no soapbox to stand on to say how somebody's immoral the way he was getting over on them old people. You should have saw how he was shoveling the crap in front of that old lady at that meeting. But anyway, he has to come there and wag his finger. And he could have just said his little speech and left it and put the wine glass down, the wine bottle down, and left out and still lived. But no. That wasn't enough. He had to linger around. And who comes? The angel of death, the psychopath, Lalo Sala freaking Monka. Right? And even when Lalo comes in there, Kim is telling Howard, Howard, you need to go. Howard's no, no, no. Who is this guy? Oh, you want to come for some counseling? You better let me give you some advice. Get better lawyers. And that was it for Howard, man. He had about in this episode, Howard probably had like 3 or 4 chances to live. But he just had to be cockiness all the way to the end. His cockiness got him killed. Okay? I don't want to hear no poor Lalo. I mean, no poor Howard. Get out of here with that. Poor Howard Hamlin. It's interesting how, if it wasn't this episode 6, before the meeting started, it might have been this episode, Howard looked at the picture of Saul's big brother and talked about how he looked up to Saul's big brother. Now, I think that was put into the show because Howard and Saul's big brother, I can't remember his big brother's name, but that started the partner at the firm. I think Howard and that guy and Saul's big brother are more alike than Saul and his own brother. You could see Saul's big brother doing that, can't you? Being all arrogant and just call himself being ahead of everybody and being smarter than everybody and snarky. Saul's big brother was like that too. You know. And that's his problem. He was so smart, he was crazy. Up in the house with some doggone aluminum foil blanket. But Howard had it coming. He killed himself. I don't want to hear it, folks. I don't want to hear it. Howard killed himself. He made his own fate. I don't want to hear no poor Howard. And that's pretty much the most important stuff. I mean, you had Gus. He had to cut out his fake fundraiser like he cared about them kids. He had to go home because he thought Lalo was coming to him. No. Lalo went over to. You can't predict a psychopath, Mike. Gus, you can't predict a psychopath. Why Gus so scared? No. Lalo went over. He didn't go to Gus yet. Him being a psychopath is kind of working in his favor because they can't predict him. But he went over to Saul and Kim house, and that's going to be an interesting conversation when the episode starts back in July. Moving to predictions. Look. What we just saw happen in the living room of Saul and Kim, Howard getting his brains blown out. Let's talk about what was the most important thing that we're going to be looking for in episode 8. The most important thing in episode 8 is we're going to want to know what kind of carpet cleaner and carpet conditioner is Kim going to use to get Howard's brain matter and blood out of that carpet and off that floor. Seriously. Look, man. All I know is this is going to really have an effect on Kim and Saul's relationship. Maybe they're gonna wake up from this little Bunny and Clyde romance, this little weird Bunny and Clyde romance they got going on. But all I know is we're gonna get some answers. We're gonna know what is the next stage for Saul when he goes to the mall and he's in hiding. I think we're gonna find out what is the next stage after that. Ultimately. Like, Saul has a last act. We know currently, as far as we know, he ended up going and hiding after Breaking Bad, and he went into the he's working at a Cinnabon. He's a manager at a Cinnabon, hating his life. Look like he in Alaska somewhere. So somewhere cold. So I think there's something else afterwards. If you look at the commercials and stuff, they show Saul's apartment, and you can hear him saying, "So this is how it ends." So I think we're going to get to see him do something. There's another stage in Saul's life we're going to see him go do. We're going to see him do after after the Cinnabon, after he leaves the Cinnabon. I don't think he's gonna stay management at the Cinnabon. Another thing is Kim. Like, I don't know, man. I just got a feeling. I don't think Kim is gonna get killed, but I do kind of think that could she go to jail? Could Kim go to jail some kind of way? This is gonna be interesting. But we're going to see what happens with Lalo. Obviously, I hate to spoil it for you folks, but I think Lalo is going to be killed. I think we can rest assured that Lalo is going to be killed. And the question is Mike going to kill him? Is Gus going to kill him? Remember, Gus planted a little pistol downstairs in the meth lab under one of them cranes. At the laundromat downstairs under one of them cranes, Gus did plant a pistol. So we're going to see how's that going to come to play. They wouldn't show us that for nothing. That might be the pistol that Gus grabs to kill Lalo. Okay? But I'm pretty sure Lalo's going to die. Okay? All you got to do is, to be honest with you, look at who's not in Breaking Bad. And obviously, all the people that are not in Breaking Bad, they getting capped. That's what we've been seeing so far this season. So it's easy to assume that Lalo Salamanca is going to get that cap. Okay, we'll be back in a few weeks, guys. I'll be back in a few weeks. The show be back on for you know it. And if you still watching this, you a real one. I appreciate you, each and every one of you. Like, comment, subscribe, and until next time. But no more filming.